Hello friends, welcome back to another video. Will here, Orlando-based flight attendant. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. Today we're getting ready to go to bed early because we have to wake up at 2:30 in the morning to go to work tomorrow. And then later on the video, I'm going to be talking about what I've been doing over the past couple of months for my weight loss journey. So don't go anywhere, let's get to it. We're starting with the uniform because it is very important to look professional when you go to work. It is also important to be well groomed, smell nice. It is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I don't know if you guys noticed that I had a pink pin on my soft shell vest the other day when I was in Phoenix, but that's why. And then we also got these ties, which I don't know if I'm going to use it tomorrow. When I was deadheading, I had it, but I was like, okay, this is uncomfortable. I never really liked ties. Hence why, since I started the channel, I'm always wearing the same uniform because I am not required to wear a tie with that particular shirt. And I have like 7 of those shirts. I'm pretty sure a lot of people think I'm wearing the exact same uniform all the time, but I promise you guys, I have multiple pieces of the same shirt and the soft shell vest too. Coming the new year, I definitely would like to order some different pieces. And the issue is that we do have a lot of options like white polos. We also have short sleeve shirts, but we do have a no tattoo policy, so I am required to wear long sleeves all the time, and I'm not super thrilled about that, even though my tattoos are super tiny and they're all travel related. But yeah, it can be really showing your tattoos, so that's why I have to wear long sleeve all the time. Hopefully we get new uniforms, honestly. We'll see, but we're gonna have to wait until the new year, which is when we get our uniform allowance. I'm going to finish up with my uniform and I'm going to see you in the kitchen. So as you guys already know, my report time is super early tomorrow, so I decided that I'm going to pack the following. For breakfast, I am going with the chocolate peanut butter oats overnight. I actually just put some water in this thing, and yeah, they'll be ready for breakfast tomorrow. I'll most likely try to drink this when I get to the plane, not before I go. Some strawberries and Oikos triple zero yogurt. Along with that, I should have about over 30 grams of protein and under 400 calories or 450 calories for breakfast. Then for lunch, I am going to be using this Thin Slice Dave Killer's bread. I honestly might not even eat this because we report super early and we're back by 11. So I'm bringing this sandwich just in case I get hungry, but I probably won't eat it. Orange, mango, and lime Culture Pop. This is a probiotic soda. I recently started craving soda again, and while I've had a couple of Coke Zeros here and there, I decided that I wanted to switch back to probiotic sodas. If you drink a regular Coke, it does have whatever many grams of sugar, so like if you're gonna drink soda, might as well just drink the Coke Zero. But with these natural sweeteners, you create the craving. Other brands that I've tried are Olipop, but I haven't necessarily liked the Olipop flavors. I'm gonna go for this sandwich. It's gonna be under 270 calories for the sandwich. And I don't know if you've noticed that I'm talking about calories, which later on in the video when we talk about my weight loss journey, we'll definitely be talking about calories. For snacks, I'm going to be packing 2 of these beef sticks, and we're gonna go with these walnuts, almonds, and dried cherries. I'm bringing one of these Cliff's mini energy bar. This one is 100 calories and has a chocolate chip flavor. It does seem like a lot of food for such a short term, but you want to make sure that you're ready in case that you get stuck or you get delayed and you don't have time to go to the terminal to grab anything. That's the way I think. And if not, I'll just bring it back home, or I'll just eat it on my next trip or turn. So putting 3 slices turkey breast. So it's 60 calories for 2, what is it, amount per serving, 60 calories. So about 2 ounces is 60 calories. 1 slice of provolone cheese actually. And we're just gonna put it right here. And here it is. Now I'm gonna put all of this on the fridge, and then the snacks I'm gonna put on my lunchbox. I'm bringing my eBags lunchbox, even though I've used a Travel Pro one, but I usually use the top compartment on that one to put like my flight tab and keys and all that. So let's put all these things away. Side note, I've been trying to watch Your Honor for the past 4 months, but I could not get through the first 5 episodes of season 1. And finally, I decided to get through them, and now I can't stop watching it. I'm currently on Season 2, Episode 5. I cannot believe everything that's happened. If you watch Your Honor, drop in the comments what are your thoughts. This is my turn back that I actually had to put some stuff in here again because I emptied it for my last trip. I have, whoops, I have required duty items in there, and then here's where I keep all my electronics. This is my fly bag, so I have a lot of required duty items in here. And then I have a packing cube with pajamas, underwear. I do need to add some uniforms in here just in case. And then on this side, I'm going to be adding my toiletry bag. But that's pretty much everything that I'm bringing for this turn. We're just going to Cleveland, so it should be an easy one. And I am not excited about the report time, but it's gonna be okay. Then on here I have my crossbody bag, and then this is where I keep my company tablet. So it's already charged to 100%. It's currently 6:57. My hope is that I fall asleep by 7:30, and then tomorrow I have to wake up at 2, so that's what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to 7 hours of sleep. That should be fine. We should be all nice and ready to go work this turn tomorrow. So good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, friends. Made it to the aircraft. Look who I'm flying with. It's been so long. It's 4:05 a.m.
What's up, Deb? Deb, right?
Yeah.
Alright, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I know.
Alright guys, it's been a crazy morning. Have not had a chance to talk to you guys. What do they have? I think we're good. I have stuff here.
Okay.
Yeah, those are gloves. Okay. Alright, thank you. Yes, please. Anyway, so look who's back there. But I really haven't had a chance to talk to you guys because it's been kind of rushed and crazy, but we just worked a flight up from Orlando to Cleveland. Flight time was 2 hours, and now we had to switch our crafts, and we are flying back to Orlando, and our flight time should be 2 hours and 13 minutes, hopefully a little less. We just completed our checks. We boarded 7:48, so we still got a little over 10 minutes. We ordered coffee, and we're gonna have our first officer go pick it up. She said, yes, I'll pick it up. And yeah, we also had a fellow flight attendant from another airline bring us munchkins, and we kept them. We're gonna eat them while we sip on coffee, right? No, probably not. I already had like 2 or 3, so I don't think I need more. But yeah, cabin's ready, we're ready. We have 200 passengers going with us back to Orlando, and yeah, Dev and I are flying in the front, having a blast. So, are we having a blast?
We're having so much fun. That's how tiny I am.
Yeah, she's just still asleep. We'll see you when we get back to Orlando. Alrighty friends, home sweet home. Just got here maybe like 2 minutes ago. And it is only 11:43 a.m. So that is a good thing about working early, that you actually get home super early. I'm not as tired as I thought I was going to be, surprisingly. Today was a chill day, it was a fun day. Got to work with Dev. We primarily talked a lot rather than like focus on the vlogging. I didn't tell you this, but yesterday I actually hung out with Dev and Devin. If you have watched Dev's vlogs, you definitely know who Devin is. We went to a coffee place called Stardust Video and Coffee, and then we went to my favorite coffee shop of all times, Han Coffee. I never pronounced it correctly, but love Han. So everything went well today. We had over 190 passengers on this second flight. We probably had actually like 190 something. Probably 196 and 3 infants. Now what I'm going to do is make sure that I have everything ready for tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to plug my flight tab and all these things because tomorrow I work again. And I was actually supposed to report at 5:35 a.m. and it was a 3-leg turn, so we're actually working 3 flights. We're going from Orlando to Detroit, Raleigh, and then back to Orlando. And I didn't want to wake up early again, so I posted on the trade board, and somebody wanted to swap their Awadia turn for what I had, and so it is less credit. Honestly, I'm slowly making peace with the fact that like I'm probably not even gonna get to 90 hours this month. I'm currently 86. I know you're probably wondering, when are you gonna tell us all about your weight loss journey? And I'm actually gonna do that in a little bit. I'm gonna do everything I told you that I was gonna do, and then once I'm settled, situated, and ready to make some lunch, we're gonna talk about that, okay? So I'll see you in a little bit.
Hello friends, welcome to a couple days later since last time you and I spoke. I remember telling you that I was gonna make some lunch and we were gonna talk about my weight loss journey, but that didn't happen. I wasn't feeling 100% that day, and I just spent the rest of the afternoon in bed. And then I had to work all these turns and do all this flying, so I didn't really have a time to talk to you. Now, I am losing my voice. I don't know the reason why, but I am also a little congested, so I have a combination of two, and that's why I sound like this. So I want to share with you guys what are some of the things that I've been doing to, you know, lose some weight and also make sure that it stays away. I would like to disclose that number one, I am not a dietitian or a nutritionist. So what I am sharing with you is based on my experience. I'm just here sharing what has helped me and what I've been doing to, like I said, keep that weight away. Before I get into the three things that I want to talk about, what really triggered this change was I was no longer feeling comfortable in my uniform, and I knew that sizing up was not an option. And I remember, I don't remember the trip. I don't remember where I was flying to, but I was sitting in the back galley by myself because we were on an 0321. And I was just sitting there in the jump seat, and I just felt so uncomfortable in that jump seat. And I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't keep eating like a maniac and not thinking this is not going to affect me in the long run. Since that day, I decided that I was going to make a change. The first couple of weeks were difficult because I was hoping to see changes right away, and that is not possible. It takes time. I gained over 50 pounds in a few years span, but you don't lose weight in 2 months or 3 weeks. And so I needed to get my brain to understand that the same way I gain all that weight, you know, in that period of time, it's going to take me a period of time to get rid of it. That was the very first step for me. That leads to the three things that I want to talk about. And number one is food. As a flight attendant, our schedules are so inconsistent when it comes to the report times, the routes that we work, flying between time zones. It is hard to have access to food like you normally do when you're at home, you know, because most of the time we're on the go. Unless you're working turns, which that kind of works like a 9 to 5, and we already talked about that. My goal was, I need to understand food. I need to develop a relationship with food and see where this goes. So I started doing some research on what was it that I needed to focus on, or what I wanted to focus on for this relationship that I am now trying to develop with food, right? And so I understood that if I ate foods that were high in protein and somewhat low in calorie, I was going to stay full for longer. I now went on a scavenger hunt for food and snacks that were high in protein, low calorie. The only resource that I really use is this app that I can put it in the description box. It's not sponsored. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about the app because some people say it's not accurate, but whenever I felt like the app wasn't accurate, I did kind of like my own research, so keep that in mind. After I figured that out, my next step was to cut fast food and also cut food ordering apps. Now, don't get me wrong, every now and then I'll have fast food. I'm not saying I don't eat it, but I am more conscious about what I'm ordering. So after I work with this, I moved on to the meal prepping part of this process. Keeping in mind the high protein, low calorie foods, I started looking for breakfast options like hard-boiled eggs, protein yogurts, protein overnight oats. Alongside those options, I also started looking into fruits and incorporating veggies. For example, if I was doing like an omelet, then I'd try to include tomatoes, mushrooms, spinach, and all these other veggies. I try to budget every single meal of the day. So for lunch, then I would look for a protein, maybe like a complex carbohydrate like sweet potato, then I would do my protein. And then same thing for dinner. Oftentimes I will meal prep and eat the same thing for lunch or dinner. I feel like that's one of the things that have helped me throughout this entire journey. I know a lot of people cannot eat the same thing twice or the same thing, you know, a few days in a row, and I can't. So that's why in a lot of my videos you see that I'm constantly eating the same thing, and that's because I don't get tired of it. I continue to do that for lunch and dinner, so I would would budget my calories. And then I started doing other changes. Like, for example, if I felt like drinking a soda, I would change then, you know, a regular soda for a Coke Zero or Diet Coke, which really Coke Zero I think is better than Diet Coke, but we can talk about that in another video. And then trying to get away from a soda, I would go then for like a probiotic soda. I also made changes in my coffee. So instead of drinking 3 lattes a day, I now drink black coffee, and every now and then I'll drink a cappuccino because it has more foam than actual milk. I understood that drinking my calories was something that I needed to control so that I could increase my budget in foods. I also changed my snacks options. So instead of eating chips or, you know, granola bars, I am now looking for maybe nuts like pistachios or almonds or walnuts. But I also knew that with those, I can't really be eating them all the time because they are super high in calorie. So with food and meal prepping, what I noticed too is that portioning my foods really helped me create that control. It helped me develop the habit of making sure that I am eating until I'm full, not eating just because I have food in front of me. And then the last thing on this process was incorporating the exercises. Now, I am still developing that. I feel like out of everything, I struggle most with exercising and just waking up and going to the gym. But what I also learned throughout this process is that in order for me to do it, as soon as I wake up, I just have to get to that gym. It does take time. I think understanding that is a slow process, but as long as you continue following the habits, you're gonna do great. And so it is a long time journey. You don't lose weight overnight. You're probably wondering, are you gonna talk about numbers? Are you gonna tell us how many pounds you've lost? Well, you know what? Let's do it. Why not? The heaviest that I've ever been is 293 pounds. I am 6 feet tall. It was probably after summer when I got to that number. And then eventually I tried to do things here and there, so my weight was fluctuating. Now, when I took it seriously at the beginning of the year, I was at 274. But in this entire process, I was like, I'm always gonna keep the 293 in mind. So my current weight is actually 250 pounds, and I'm hoping that I can get to at least 230. Altogether, I've lost a total of 43 pounds by developing a relationship with food, meal prepping, exercising, and also understanding that I have to be patient throughout the entire process so that way I can see results in the long run. I really hope that everything that I shared here with you helps you find what works for you, and more importantly, stick to those habits so that you can see results in the long run. It is time to say goodbye. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm going to see you next time for another adventure. Take care.